Welcome back to On the Couch. Are you interested in bettering your community with the Office of Volunteerism, Community Engagement, and Commuter Services? You could do just that. Here to talk with us is Jamie Cattell, and just tell us a little bit about what you do and about the club.
So specifically my job, because as you heard, Volunteerism, Community Engagement, Commuter Services is a mouthful. Mostly I deal with all the volunteerism part of that job, and so I plan all of the weekly trips. We do at least 2 trips every week, and we do, all of our 9 different places we go to at least once a month. And then I handle some of the alternative spring break stuff we do, and help Andrew Perone, our assistant director, with any of the community engagement or commuter services things that he might need help with as well.
What types of places do you guys go to during the week, since you go twice a week, every week? That's a lot.
We try and vary it up to meet a lot of different students' interests. We go to the Ronald McDonald House of South Jersey, which is attached to Cooper Hospital. We go to the Cumberland County Animal Shelter. We go to a lot of places really locally, about half a mile from campus. We go to Glassboro Child Development Center, and we do an after-school program with them and work with their preschool. We go to Glassboro Family Success Center, which is under Robin's Nest, which is on Delsey Drive, and we do a lot of different programs with them. We help find them tutors. We do different programs for teens and small children in the area. And we also go to Camden a couple times. We go to Cathedral Kitchen, which is a soup kitchen. We volunteer there as well.
Now, do you have a certain type of target audience that you want to help volunteering, whether it's the elderly or the children, or do you kind of do all age groups?
We try and reach every age group, because with Rowan having so many students, everyone has different interests, and so we really want to provide something for everyone. So we do provide a lot of working with younger children. We do go to a retirement community in Williamstown. We work with kind of the adult crowd for Cathedral Kitchen, the soup kitchen, and things like that.
Could you tell us more about the alternative spring break? Because that sounds kind of cool.
The alternative spring break is something that we do every spring, and every now and then we offer a winter one, but we're not this year. This year we're going to a tiger reserve in North Carolina, and basically we're helping build habitats and preserving the areas that the tigers are working in. We're not necessarily working hands-on with the tigers, but we're definitely working close by them and with the project. We're also going into Camden. They have an environmental program that we're working with. And then we're also sponsoring a program to the Dominican Republic. It's an international trip for service.
Now, in the title it says commuter services, so what are these services that you are offering to commuters?
That's a great question, because a lot of times commuters actually don't know our office even exists, and so we can't actually help them as much as we'd like to. We sponsor the club car, which is Commuters at Rowan, and we try and get their e-board as involved as much as we can in planning and making decisions for things, just because as commuters they know what they need more than we do. We also sponsor what's called Taco Tuesday every second Tuesday of the month. Sometimes it changes, which is basically a time where commuters can come and get free tacos from the Student Center, and also gives them a space to kind of talk about the issues that they're having, so we can actually see what needs to be addressed. We also have a grab-and-go coffee that's sponsored in the library. I think actually was next Wednesday morning, and that's kind of to give commuters another way to come in and talk about what's happening, so they can actually see our faces and know that our office is there to help them.
So is this a club that you can join anytime during the year, or do you have to start it from the start just so you know what's going on and you're a part of everything?
So one of the great things about our office is that it's not specifically a club, but it's an office for all of Rowan. So you can come in and volunteer for one project, and that could be the only project you do all year, or you could come and volunteer every week and do a project every week. We do ask that people get trained with our guideline session. We offered them every week for the first month of school, but now we do it on an individual basis, so all you have to do is contact our office. It's really easy. Our email is volunteer@rowan.edu, so if you email volunteer@rowan.edu and say, hey, I'd like to be trained to volunteer, it takes about 10 minutes, and it's basically just sitting down with me and talking about all the expectations, and then you can volunteer for the rest of your time at Rowan. And yeah, so you'd come in and you'd sign up. There's no prerequisite, you have to go to 6 meetings or anything. It's just if you have a will to volunteer, you can come and volunteer.
Now, you have 2 volunteer things a week, you said. Are you flexible with if I'm, say, in another club, but I still want to help volunteer sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. We also do individual consultations with clubs. A lot of times every club needs to do some amount of service each semester, and they want to do service that matters to their club. They don't just want to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for a soup kitchen. They might want to do something, if they're a biology club, they might want to do something related to biology or helping specifically people. And so my job is to go into my community contacts and figure out something that would actually be of interest to that club. And so I'll meet with clubs or individuals who actually want to do something in particular, and I'll try and set that up for them.
So it's really interesting. Like, a lot of people will maybe not be able to volunteer sometimes, and they'll want to get involved. Is there like a way, if you can't volunteer exactly, but you want to get involved, maybe help with like the commuters or maybe just help with the club? Is that something that people can do?
So there's lots of different ways you can get involved in different levels. If you can't make a project, we do things called drop in and volunteer, where for an entire day I'll reserve a room in the student center, and you can come in and out as much time as you have to maybe make a birthday card for a child who lives in a homeless shelter, or make a Valentine's Day card for women who are recently diagnosed with breast cancer. And we do craft projects like that that are really like low level of risk to go in and do something.
So do you have a signature moment or signature volunteer that you did that kind of resonates with you?
Well, I've done a lot. That's kind of how I
Yeah.
got this position. But something that really sticks out to me is when I was in high school, actually, I volunteered at a mission in Cleveland, Ohio. And so when you're there, we ended up building houses. And there was this really nice old lady. We were building her house. And so she was there every time, because Habitat for Humanity, the people have to be actively involved in building the house. So she was there every day. But she was kind of old and she couldn't actually do much of the work. Yeah. But she made everybody lemonade every day and walked around to every single person like 8 times a day and told them how appreciative she was. She was just so thankful. There was no way she was going to be able to have this house if we weren't there sweating for the 12 hours to make her house possible. And that realization that I was making a very clear difference in this person's life really stuck out to me. That's why you volunteer, because you're helping someone. And it's so rewarding when you can actually meet that person and they can tell you how much it meant to them.
So for the people that want to join this club, could they, where can they go, really quickly, where can they go to get involved?
The Office of Volunteerism is Student Center Suite 210, all the way at the top of the Student Center.
All right, thank you so much for being on the show with us. Thank you guys for watching this episode of On the Couch. Be sure to check back for the next edition of On the Couch.